What's up, 8? How you doing, buddy? Give everybody a couple minutes to get in here. You know the deal. Hey, we all gotta do that sometimes, brother. We all gotta do it sometimes. What do you do for a living, buddy? Not really. Not really, I don't. Build Transformers, that's wild. What's up, Kyle? Hope you're doing well, buddy. Just giving everybody a couple minutes to get in here. I'm starting early today, but I gotta have that extra 30 minutes to build my lineups. Get these projections out. Had to update them. They're in the DFS plays chat now. But I hope you guys had a good night last night. I done really well. I probably would have took down the main contest on FanDuel if LaMelo Ball didn't play like he was drunk. And Tyrese Martin was in that lineup too, and I still finished top 80. Could have done some real damage if he would have went to work. That's awesome, mate. That's awesome, dude. Oh, man, why do we gotta get this news? Why do we gotta get this news right now, 8? Your boy Time Lord is starting. Robert Williams will start for injured DeAndre Ayton today. Ayton ruled out, Simon's ruled in, and Paulo Banchero is going to have his minutes lifted to 30 to 32 minutes today. No. You ain't late. We ain't even started, Shannon. I started the show early. So Robert Williams going to look good now. DeAndre Ayton. Okay, we already got him taken out. He's still going to be low owned. I think he'll still be low owned. Don't care for the matchup too much against Orlando. And I still like Khalil Ware more. Personally. Oh man, Kyle. I hate to hear that. I mean, OT helped me because I had KPJ and Derrick Jones, so it helped me out personally, but I hate to hear that it hurt you. If you guys don't care, if you're on X, go give us a heart and a retweet. It helps tremendously. And if you're on Reddit, I posted in this Discord. Just give us an upvote. It helps tremendously. But let's hop into it, guys. We got 7 people in here. That's plenty enough. Sorry about that. Kids, man. You like Porzingis and AD today? No, thank you. Well, we're never on the same page, Aid. It's okay. Alright, let's start off at point guard, guys. I'm going to be honest. The big pay-ups today, SGA, Joker, and Giannis, I don't have much interest in. If I was playing one, probably be SGA. So, he's fine. The matchup's solid, going against Kyrie. He is on a back-to-back, though, but he did just drop 83 fantasy points against Utah in 37 minutes, including 54 real points. So, I'm never going to X SGA's name out of my player pool, but I doubt I get to him when I'm building. Don't mind Trae Young today. Toronto matchup. It's the fastest, highest over-under on the slate. Happy to have Trae in it. Really let us down if you played him yesterday. I do prefer Jalen Johnson today, but Trae's in my lineup. I'm okay with it. Happy with it. Garen Fox, I'm not there. I'd just rather play Monk today. Not really on Dame. Kyrie Irving, I liked him a lot yesterday. I cored him for you guys yesterday. He dropped us 51 fantasy points. I don't mind him again today, but this matchup is a lot tougher. They are still without a lot of their bodies. I didn't realize my camera was so high. I'm sorry. They are still without a lot of their bodies, so he's gonna pretty much have to do everything again. So definitely don't mind him. Not a guy I'm going out of my way to get to. Steph Curry, he's okay today. I actually have him out of my player pool. He almost never plays a back-to-back. Midday downgrade to questionable. I highly doubt Steph plays. If he does play and you have him, I think he's fine going against Chicago. It's a decent matchup, but I would rather have Wiggins today. Yeah, Kyle, and the Denver Nuggets are terrible against two guards. Tyler Hero I actually like quite a bit today. Not something I say a lot about him. Now, I'm going to try to keep my lineup with only 2 Heat players. And I do like Khalil Ware and Jaime Jaquez more than Hero today, but I still like Hero a lot. And I should have him plenty in my MME lineups. Just maybe not a guy I'm targeting in single entry. But no Jimmy Butler, I'm happy to have him today. Jamal Murray's fine. He's had 2 down games, but before that he dropped 62. So he's got the upside, but I'm just not there today when I can get Tyler Hero for $100 more, whom I like much more. I really like Austin Reeves today, taking on Boston. The way to attack Boston's in the backcourt. Let your guards take care of them. He's had 2 down games in a row, but before that, he had 2 games where he exceeded expectations. Over his last 5, he's still averaging over a fantasy point per minute. Happy to play Austin Reeves today as a get different play. He's only pulling 3% ownership. I think Jordan Poole's fine. Don't mind Poole today at all. Another kind of get different play. He's all this team has, really. 3% owned. Josh Giddey's alright. Don't mind Giddey today. Ayo and Kobe White are still questionable. If they both set, then Giddey and Levine both look pretty damn good. I think Ayo plays and Kobe sets. That's just me guessing, though. Dyson Daniels looks really good today. I know 8-Legged 8 had him yesterday. He predicted the stock game he had 2. This game's going to be at an even faster pace. Highest total on the slate. Happy to get to Dyson today. Russell Westbrook's just grading out better than Murray for me. That's another reason I would just prefer to have Westbrook today. I'm not solely targeting Westbrook today, but if he's in my lineup, I'm a happy guy. I don't mind it. Trae Young day low on? Yeah, I don't mind Trae. Scoot Henderson's fine today. Don't mind him. don't mind Scoot. Kobe White, if he plays just an MME guy at the most to me, I will definitely not have Kobe White in a single entry. Simons is going to play. I think he's just okay. Hate the matchup. Just going to be an okay MME play for me, and that's about it. Cole Anthony, he is not starting, so I do not think Cole Anthony is going to play. I'm just going to take him out of my player pool. We did get the starting lineup for the Magic, and he's not in it, so I do not think he's going to play if he's not starting. Spencer Dinwiddie, okay at best, kind of what I said about him yesterday. Got 32 minutes yesterday and put up 19 fantasy points, and this is an even tougher defensive game. I'll have him in MMEs, but I'm not happy about it. No interest in Pritchard or Drew. Ayo, if he plays, just MME at best for me. Anthony Black looking very intriguing. I did not upload my new projections. But Anthony Black starting 5,500, don't mind him at all. Happy to play this guy when he starts. He's dropped 31 and 30 over his last 2 games. Believe he started both of those, so last 2 times he started, he's paid this price off. Happy to get to him. Cason Wallace, just okay MME play. Same with Lonzo. Same with Terry Rozier. Dennis Schroeder is interesting to me. I like Dennis today if Curry sets. If Curry plays, I do not want any Dennis Schroeder. But when Curry sets, Dennis does much better. Much better. I think Franz is going to be on a strict minutes limit, Kyle. I get you guys are scared of playing Black because they're back. Banchero's going to cut in a little bit since he's getting full run today, but I don't think Franz is going to cut in near as much. I think he's going to be on a strict minutes limit, and Black is still going to have to be the primary facilitator. No interest in Keon Ellis. Buddy Hield's fine if he starts. If he's not starting, I don't want very much of him, but I really like Buddy when he starts. No, I'm not playing any Podzimski today at all. Let me look on my other monitor here. Yeah, that's what I thought. So, my projection don't like him. My updated projections got him a point lower. He hasn't played since December 28th. He's going to be on a strict minutes limit, and I don't think he sees 20 minutes in the game. Where was I? Shit, I got lost. We talked about Buddy. I think Bob Carrington's just an okay GPP play. He's going to get minutes. Same with Davion Mitchell. KPJ, I'd have to see the starting lineup. He's a viable MME play. I know he done great yesterday. That's why I'm a little scared to roster him. I think he's going to be over-owned because of how good he done yesterday. And we got James Harden back. We got Norm Powell back. The team's just more healthy than it was yesterday. Right now, he's pulling 15% ownership, which is just mind-blowing to me with Harden back. And then no one else through here is intriguing at all to me. Moving over to the 2 guard, talked about Kyrie. Zach LaVine, kind of the same as Giddey. If White and Ayo set, I definitely have interest. I think Ayo plays and Kobe White sets. If that's the case, not as interested, but to get different plays, Zach LaVine's fine. Not really interested in Jaylen Brown. For all the superstars that are in that game, I just don't have much interest in the Boston-LA game. Malik Monk, I hate his price of 8K, but the matchup is fantastic. He's been balling lately. He really has. So I don't mind Monk in my lineups tonight. Talked about most of these guys. Norman Powell is absolutely playable today. I just prefer James Harden. Speaking of Harden, did I even talk about James Harden? I feel like I skipped right over him. If I did, I'm sorry. But I love James Harden today. James Harden is going to be a core piece in most of my lineups today. The matchup does not get better. You guys know we love playing point guards against Washington. It's just too easy. Too easy today. Slot him in and move on with your lineup. But going back, Norton Powell, definitely viable. I would prefer Harden today, but if you can afford Harden and land on Powell, I think that's alright too. Talked about pretty much all of these guys. No interest in Chris Middleton. Bilal Calabi is just an MME play for me. He was core piece for us 2 days ago, and he went off. 32 minutes, dropped 38 fantasy points. Don't like him as much today. I just think he's okay. If he's your last guy in, alright. Not really interested in Shadon Sharp. Kristen Braun's alright. Don't mind him. No interest in Drew. Love Jaime Jaquez today. He will be a core piece for me. Will be a core piece for me with no Jimmy Butler. I expect him to start. If he starts or does not start, I will be moving off of him. But he should still get plenty of minutes. Love Jaime today. The matchup's just way better for him than it is for Hero. Happy to get to Jaime. Casey Wallace is fine. No interest in Kamara. Dort just MME. No interest in KCP. No interest in Keon Ellis. And I know he let us down yesterday, but I gotta go right back to the well with Quentin Grimes. I know he underperformed, but he still played 36 minutes. He only shot 2 for 7. I've got to go back to that value at 4,800 today. I think Duncan Robinson's fine. I would probably prefer Grady Dick today to Duncan Robinson just because I love the great game environment. And we pretty much know Grady Dick's going to get the minutes. Moses Moody, just okay at best, even if he's starting. Don't mind Vic Krejci today, but for the same price, I would rather just get the Grady Dick. We talked about Buddy, Max Christie. He's always in my player pool because he plays really good minutes. Don't mind him. No interest in Keyshawn George. No interest in Bogdanovich. And then we've talked about Kevin Porter. Not interested in Gary Trent. Not interested in Podziemski. No interest in Terrence Mann. I don't think I'm interested in anyone else through here. Maybe a little bit of shares of Gary Payton. That's going to be it. Move over to small forward. Don't care for Tatum. Don't care for LeBron. But I do like Scotty Barnes today. I do like Scotty Barnes. Elite game environment. Just very happy to play Scotty B today. Over his last 5 games, he's averaging 1.27 fantasy point per minute and is playing 34 or more minutes in like 6 straight games. Love the spot for Scotty today. I'm going to be way over the field on him. Only pulling 13% ownership. Sign me up. I like Paolo today. Only 8,700. We know it's just a matter of time before his price gets back around the 95, 96, 9,700 mark. He's getting more minutes today, according to his coach. That was just tweeted right here. So definitely a guy I'm happy to land on in my lineups today. I think Jalen Williams is really underpriced at 8,300. Very happy to get to him. 1.15 fantasy point per minute player, and they don't have anyone that's going to slow him down low. PJ Washington can't defend him. I mean, just sign me up. J. Will looks great. The only thing that's going to keep J. Will's ownership down for me is Jalen Johnson's one of my favorite plays on the board, and he's $100 cheaper. I love Jalen Johnson today. Toronto is just... I love this whole game. I really do. I really want two Hawks and two Raptors in my lineup tonight. And Jalen Johnson's going to be a staple of most of my lineups tonight. He will be a core piece for me. Love Jalen Johnson today. I think RJ Barrett's absolutely fine. Don't mind RJ at all. I would prefer Scotty Barnes, but I understand if you can't get to him, you can get to Barrett. Not really interested in DeMar DeRozan, but I can't deny the fact that he's been on fire lately. With 4 straight games, he's exceeded value. 4 straight games, he's exceeded. And he's only pulling 5% ownership. If you're trying to get a low-owned guy into your lineup, I think you got to look at DeMar today. I think you got to. Denny Advia, his price is just getting too expensive for me. I say that, but he's paid it off the last 2 games. He has exceeded value 2 games in a row, but I hate this matchup. Hate it. So for that price, I just can't pay it in a slow defensive matchup. Moving down the line here, talked about Powell. Literally zero interest in Franz Wagner. Unplayable in my opinion. He has not played since December 6th because of injury, and he's going to be on a minutes limit. The coaches already came out and said it. No way you should be playing Franz Wagner today. Hey, we got 2 people already love DeMar. Andrew Wiggins is another core piece for me. He is very owned today, but rightfully so. They have no Kuminga. They have no Draymond. I personally think Steph Curry's going to sit. He should be the primary scorer for this team today, in my opinion, if Curry sits. The matchup is phenomenal. Everything is looking the way it should for Wiggins today. Looking great for him. Sign me up for Andrew Wiggins. Love him today. Kawhi still on his minutes limit. I can't play Kawhi until we see him playing pretty much every day and off that minutes limit. Just unplayable for me. Kyle Kuzma going against the Clippers. I have no interest in him. MPJ, no interest whatsoever. He's very consistent if you're playing cash games, but he doesn't have that upside that I'm looking for in tournaments. Talked about most of these guys. Keegan Murray, I have no interest. If he's in a couple of my 150 max on-ups, fine. Like, is what it is. Love DeAndre Hunter today. He's pulling 16% ownership, but I still think that's a little too low for his price. 5,600. This guy has huge upside. The matchup is great. They're missing a couple of bodies. Hunter should get plenty of run today, and just the matchup is so good. Really want to play DeAndre Hunter today. No interest in Christian Braun. Rui Hachimura is just a fine filler piece. No interest in Jeremy Grant. He hasn't paid off his... Well, last game he paid off his salary barely, but since coming back, he just has not looked like the Jeremy Grant of old. Talked about him. No interest in De Silva. Talked about him. Not interested in Aaron Wiggins. How'd Aaron do yesterday? Yeah, not that great. No interest in Jonathan Isaac. Talked about him. I think Bruce Brown's intriguing as a tournament option. He's been getting minutes to pay off his salary. 25 minutes last game, dropped 31 fantasy points. This is an even better spot. Bruce Brown's going to be completely unowned. He's only pulling 3% right now. Now, don't get me wrong. He's very risky, but he has upside at no ownership for a cheap price. I think Bruce Brown's an intriguing tournament piece. Not really interested in Amir Coffey. Derek Jones just in a deep GPP. Caruso only in a deep GPP. Strother same. It doesn't look like I have any interest in anyone else. Dorian Finney-Smith in a deep GPP. That'd be it. Moving over to the big guys. My favorite positions today on the slate. You can never X off Giannis Antetokounmpo. I mean, you just can't. He's too good. But not getting a lot of him today. I'm getting more of a mid-range build today. Yesterday it was all-stars and scrubs for me. Today it's just mid-range. And I'm okay with that. So I'm not getting much Giannis, but if he lands in your lineup and you can fit him, absolutely A-okay. AD, just okay in my opinion. just okay. You can see Boston ranks first against the power forward. But he's AD. Another player that I just can't take out of my player pool ever. But he's just not grading out great. I'd rather play Domantas Sabonis in a much better matchup for $900 cheaper. I actually have interest in Sabonis, whom Sabonis only pulling 4% ownership. AD's pulling 5%. Really like Sabonis today. And then we've talked about every one of these guys, all the way down to Kristaps Porzingis. I just have no interest. Even at a cheap $7,600 price point, I can't get there. The Lakers rank 3rd against the power forward. I'm just not there. Not for his price. Talked about Denny, talked about Franz. I never have interest in Alex Sarr. I have no idea why his price is $6,800. Do not think he has a ceiling to pay that off. PJ Washington, I like. And it looks like the public's starting to catch on, because earlier in the day is about 5% owned. Today, right now, he's pulling 11%. PJ, it's going to be PJ and Kyrie today. It's going to be PJ and Kyrie today. And that's all they got. And when we look at OKC, I would rather try to attack in the paint as opposed to their guards, who are just great defenders. So I really, really like PJ today. LeBron's ownership is 11% and Porzingis' ownership is 8%. Any worries about foul trouble with Sabonis, guard, and Joker? No, none at all. None at all. Did we get Cole Anthony officially ruled out? Yeah, he's out. So, figured it was happening. I'll let y'all know that it was happening. Now we know officially. Okongwu, one of my favorite plays on the slate. Again, this guy's price has got to get up to 7K, or I'm just going to keep smashing him. Love Okongwu today. The matchup's great, and Clint Capella's been ruled out. He's going to get all the minutes he can handle tonight, and I'm here for it. Sign me up for Okongwu 30-plus minutes. Every slate, I'm happy to have that. Talked about most of these guys. Trey Jackson-Davis is questionable, but if he plays, he's going to look good. He only played 24 minutes against Sacramento because he didn't start, and then he started out at halftime, and still scored 27 fantasy points. If TJD is playing, he's going to be a staple of a lot of my lineups tonight. Really, really like him. We've talked about everyone through here already. What's up, Nate? Hope you're doing well, buddy. Hope you won some money yesterday. Talked about most of these guys. I think Jovic is just okay. No interest in Aaron Gordon while he's still on his minutes limit. Robert Williams, definitely intriguing. If you don't know, Robert Williams will be starting today. DeAndre Ayton is out. Robert Williams should have to play plenty of minutes too, because Klingon is out as well. What's up, Don? So, I think his projection's a little low right now. Robert Williams is going to look fantastic, guys. Hate the matchup, but he's going to look great. Moving it down the line, we've talked about most of these guys. Oh, Nate, that hurts so bad, brother. I had a lot of lineups like that, too. I actually done really well yesterday, but I had a lot of my MMEs that had Prosper over Derrick Jones Jr. And speaking of which, the only guy left down here I want to talk about is Oliver Prosper. I know he let us down yesterday. I know he did. But he played 25 minutes. I think he's going to get more than that against OKC. And I don't think OKC is as good down low as Minnesota is. At least not right now, because they got Holmgren out. They got Hartenstein out. So I like Oliver a lot more today as a value play than I did yesterday. And I loved him yesterday. He obviously let us down yesterday, but I'm running it back. And maybe I will be wearing my dunce hat in the Discord later tonight for running it back. But I'm going to have a lot of Oliver. Moving it over to center, Joker looks great. I mean, one of the best players in the league. I'm never going to tell you not to play him. He's pulling 7% ownership. If he lands in my lineup, I'm happy about it, but I highly doubt I get any of him tonight. Vujovic looks fine. Don't mind him. Zubac, kind of the same. Just kind of, they're alright. Adebayo's okay. Gafford looks fantastic against Oklahoma City. I don't think OKC has anyone that can body up Gafford, and as long as Gafford stays out of foul trouble, he's easily going to pay off his salary. Really like Gafford. And if I'm being completely honest with you guys, I'm going to have 3 centers tonight. Khalil Ware, Daniel Gafford, and now Robert Williams. That's my center pool for tonight. I can almost guarantee you those will be the only 3 centers I get out of the Opto. Podol is fine if you want to get a little different. You guys know I love the matchup tonight. He's only pulling 7% ownership. I don't mind him. Khalil Ware is a monster, and 6,100 is just too cheap for him. I think he starts again. Last 2 games he started, has played 34 and 39 minutes, and dropped 44 fantasy points in each game. Happy to roster him. Happy to roster him. Give me all the Khalil Ware tonight. Brook Lopez, I will have none of. 0%. Nada. Because he's the same price as Khalil Ware. What's up, Chody? Yo, what's up, Jose? I didn't think he's going to be able to make it, buddy. Let's see, what else do we got here? Wendell Carter, just okay at best for me. Jalen Williams is at least playable. I think he has been overperforming lately, but I have him in a 150 max in 1 or 2 lineups. We talked about Robert Williams. That's it for me at center, guys. That is it. So now we need to go over our core, and my first core piece is James Harden. Probably my favorite pay up on the slate today. I can't get away from him. Second piece is going to be Jaime Jaquez. Love this guy today. Love him. Third piece is going to be Jalen Johnson. Fourth piece is going to be, where's he at? Okongwu. And my last piece is going to be Andrew Wiggins. You can put him at small forward or power forward. Just for the sake of this opto, we're going to put him at small forward. But that would be my FanDuel core. James Harden, Jaime Jaquez, Jalen Johnson, Andrew Wiggins, and Okongwu. Let me drop that in the Discord and opto it and see what we're getting. Alright, that's posted in there. Let's see what kind of lineups we're getting here. So I like this first one here. Like it. I like the second one too, if Buddy Hield is starting. This third one I really like as well. You get LeBron, you get a pay up there. Oh, this is my favorite one though. Right here, default 4. Because I told you guys I love Scotty Barnes today. Love how this lineup's shaking up. The only caveat in this lineup is I do not want Dennis Schroeder if Steph Curry plays. I think Steph Curry sets, and I like Dennis when Curry sets, but I don't like playing Schroeder when Curry is in. So, love that right there. Happy to rock that. What is Trey's ownership? It is 9.6%. So let's move it over to DK. At the point guard position, DK, Malik Monk just looks fantastic. 7K is just too cheap for the guy. It really is. Happy to play Monk over on DK today. Also, the matchup is fantastic with Denver ranking 27th against the shooting guard position. SGA absolutely viable over here. Don't mind SGA at all. Don't know what's up with this projection on AO. That was way too high. But James Harden, love him just as much as I do over on FanDuel. He is more expensive on DK, but I just don't think you find a better matchup. And he's only going 4% owned. I know he is much more expensive over on DK, but James Harden, man, at 4% owned in this matchup, sign me up every time. Happy to play it. Jamal Murray's just okay. Tyler Hero looks pretty good still. Not really interested in Dame. De'Aaron Fox at only 8,400 is absolutely playable. Same with Russell Westbrook at only 6,200. Both guys I think are underpriced over here. Scotty Barnes at 8,700. Criminally cheap over here. Happy to have some Scotty Barnes. Lonzo Ball's just okay. No interest in Drew Holiday. Giddey's just okay. I think Steph Curry sets, but if he plays, I have no interest at 8,800, even though the matchup's good. And then, not much else is sticking out to me. Yeah, nothing really. Yeah, Harden's way more owned on FanDuel than he is DK. And that's what I'm going over right now, Don. I think this projection's really high on Buddy Hield, but if Buddy Hield is starting, I love him. If for some reason he is not starting, I don't want to be there on DK. So you could roster him, and then when the lineup comes out, if you have a pivot in mind, sure. Christian Braun at 4,300 is fine. Don't mind it. Terrence Mann at 3,700. Even then, it's just an MME play for me. That's about it. I think Lou Dort at 4,400 is fine. Quentin Grimes, you guys are going to hate to hear this, but at 4,900, he's going to be a core piece. I know he let us down, but he still played 36 minutes, and I've got to go right back to it. Really like Quentin Grimes. Really like Bruce Brown. I talked about him on FanDuel as being a low-owned, high-upside tournament piece. Well, he's even better on DK, where he's $3,900, and he's only pulling 3% right now. Really like Bruce Brown as a get-different, high-upside tournament piece over on DK. Norm Powell looks absolutely fine. Happy to roster him. And everyone else we either talked about or I just have no interest in, really. At small forward, you guys are going to hate to see this, but Oliver Prosper at 3,200, I can't get away from him. He's going to play big minutes again today. And if you don't want to play him, I get it. He really burnt us, just like Quentin Grimes did yesterday. But they're in an even better situation today, in my opinion. DeMar DeRozan looks great over on DK at only 7K. Really like him. I feel like on DK today, you're going to want one of Monk or DeRozan. One of the two. They both look fantastic. Jaime Jaquez is going to be a core piece for me. I'm going to just go ahead and lock him in over here. Love Jaime on both sites today. But at only 5K, he is a steal over on DK. Andrew Wiggins looks fantastic over here. Love him on FanDuel, and I love him on DK as well. Talked about most of these guys already. And nothing else really sticking out to me. Moved over to power forward. Got to lock in Robert Williams now we know he's starting. Power forward eligible. Sign me up. Sign me up. It's a good pivot off Oliver Prosper if you don't want to play Prosper too. Of course, you can play Prosper and Robert Williams together and then just Stars and Scrubs build it if you wanted. But Robert Williams, core piece, he's starting today for DeAndre Ayton. Donovan Klingen's still out. He should play all the minutes he can handle today. And at 3,200, he's going to pay off his price, barring injury. Talked about Wiggins. No interest in Aaron Gordon, even at the cheap price. Really not interested in Chris Boucher, however you say it. Giannis looks great. We know what Giannis is. Never take him out of your player pool. Really like some Jalen Johnson. LeBron or Reeves, if I had a preference, Reeves for me today. Because I think Boston is much easier to attack at the guard position as opposed to the forward position. But love Jalen Johnson today, guys. Michael Porter Jr., I don't mind it at 5,700, but he never really shows that upside. PJ Washington, I really like. 6,600, don't mind it. Paolo at 8,400, I can definitely stomach that. Sar, just okay at 5,500. And nobody else I'm really caring about playing. Moving over to center. I've got to lock him in, guys. Okongwu. No Clint Capella. I've got to have Okongwu today. Absolutely love him. Absolutely love him. I think Zubac's fine. Even at the cheap $5,200, I don't care for Brook Lopez. And I really don't care for Jalen Williams at 5,300. Now, if I'm playing 150 max, sure. But single entry, I don't want either one of those guys. Then my next core piece, another center. We're rocking a 2-center build today. Like Don asked in the chat, it's going to be Khalil Ware. 5,700 is entirely too cheap for this guy. It really is. Sign me up. Porzingis, just okay. Gafford looks great. If you don't want to rock Khalil Ware, Robert Williams, or Okongwu, I think you should have Daniel Gafford. He looks really good. Vucevic is fine. Podol's fine. Not interested in Jovel. Not interested in Wendell Carter. And of course, Joker should always be in your player pool. Also think Sabonis looks good. But that's your DK core, guys. It's going to be Jaime Jaquez, Robert Williams, Okongwu, and Khalil Ware. Let's run this, and I'm going to drop it in the Discord. Wish I had a cool last name like Okongwu. Alright, it's posted in the Discord. Let's take a look at what we're getting here. And holy shit, boys. Holy shit. This first lineup. Sign me up. That is the lineup of the ages right there. You're telling me I could get... By the way, guys, we got Trae Young and Jalen Johnson both ruled in. But I can get SGA, I can get Monk, and I can get James Harden in the same lineup. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sign me up. Happy to have that all day long. I think Jovic is just okay. I want way more Khalil Ware than I want Jovic today. Now, I hope you're winning your poker tournament, buddy. I hope you're winning it. Give me just a second, I'll get you that ownership. Now, with this first lineup, I love it. But you do have to eat the fact that you're going to have to play Oliver Prosper again tonight. But I don't care. I'm liking that. I'm running that. Let's take a look at Dame's ownership. 5.9%. Alright now, fellas, we got 45 minutes to build our lineups. If you got questions, I'm a free resource here for you to ask away. Ask away. I'm gonna be in the background trying to work on my lineups. But like the way things are going for us today, gents. Let's see. Even though I got 45 minutes, I guarantee you I will still be working on my lineups with like 10 minutes to go. Can we play Murray and Westbrook in the same line? I would not. I would not. Not today. I don't even really care for Murray. I'll have him in some MME stuff, but I would play. I definitely don't want them together, Corey, even on DK. But I would play. I'd play Westbrook if I'm picking between the two. Yes, Don. Barnes, Monk, Bruce Brown, Rob Williams, Gafford, Hield, LeBron, Okongwu. So I love that, Ronnie, if Hield is starting. If Buddy Hield is not starting, I do not want him. I know he is grading out well, but I only want him if he's starting. Kyle says Harden, Monk, DeRozan, Wiggins, Okongwu, Davion, Jovic, Ware. I don't care for that much because I don't want Monk and DeRozan together, and I don't want Jovic and Ware together. But I think you're on the right track. You got a nice solid foundation there. Did anyone besides me do well last night? I think Kyle said he done well, but OT kind of screwed him over. I like that much better, Kyle. I like that much better. $4,700 guard to replace him? Let's take a look. Just on pure projection, it's Buddy Hield right now. Drew Holiday, definitely viable. You're probably not going to get that news before the OKC game, so definitely Drew Holiday. Hey, that's what I'm talking about, Corey. Let's go, homie. Dude, that was such a good lineup, wasn't it, Shannon? But yeah, it would be Drew Holiday because that game's after the Golden State one. Just a nice, easy, clean swap there, Ronnie. I love seeing you guys win money, man. That's why I do this. Be patient. It'll come. It'll come. What do you got? What is that? Sorry, I thought I was muted. My son trying to carry food to his room. He knows we don't do that. Oh, same, Corey. I had two big takedowns last MLB season, 20 and 10K. SGA or Harden on DK? Just by pure projection, it would be SGA, but I like Harden more as a tournament play. Low ownership. Murray ownership is 21.4%. 21.4%. Yeah, MLB is probably my best sport, Corey. It's definitely the sport I follow closest to. Oh, I love baseball, man. I love baseball. It's hard being a St. Louis Cardinals fan right now, but I love baseball. I'm working on them, Shannon. I don't want to hear that you're ready for the MLB, babe. We both know you're ready for the MLB because you're a Braves fan. I hate the Braves. My wife is a Braves fan. Go figure, right? Father said go Braves with the Braves profile picture. Ah! Oh, that's a rough off season, Kyle. $9,800 utility on DK. Let's see what we can get here. Probably, honestly, just by projection, it's gonna be James Harden. Yeah, it's gonna be James Harden, Ronnie. That's really not even close for me. Yeah, she dragged me to that crappy Brave Stadium last year. It's nowhere near as nice as Busch Stadium. Nah, it's a pretty nice stadium. I like the ballpark village deal. Norm Powell is 10.6%. If you're playing Norm Powell and you're not playing James Harden, I think that's a really good pivot because James Harden's pulling a lot of ownership. If you want to still get a piece of that game but not eat that ownership, I think Norm is a really good one to go after. Well, the reason I told her no is because I'm a good husband and she is going to be 8.5 months pregnant at that point. I'm not trying to have my son in the middle of a double play. $6,700 utility. Hit the wrong button. Let's see here. Just by pure projection, it's going to be Daniel Gafford. But I would say Gafford or Kongwu, like, I love them both. Love them both. But pure projection, it's Gafford. I would lean a Kongwu. Both look great. Andrew Wiggins looks good. So in order for me, it'd be a Kongwu, Gafford, Wiggins. Pool ownership is 7.9%, and it would be Norm Powell for me. I think Norm is much safer than Pool today, but and I think Pool has just a slightly higher upside, but I don't think it's worth the risk today. Barnes, Grimes, Monk, Westbrook, Reeves. God, I can't talk. Reeves. I like them all today. I don't really know what your question is there, Judy, but I like all those guys today. Chris Murray and Kamara are both available to play. Doesn't do anything for me whatsoever. Oh, your main guys. I got you. I mean, we're all going to have to do it tonight. We're all going to have to swallow our pride and play Prosper or Grimes, one of the two. And it's so scary. It is so scary. Keegan or DeMar, I'm assuming both of them, but one definitely way cheaper. I have zero interest in Keegan, but DeMar is very intriguing to me. I would rock DeMar by a mile. Like, not even close, buddy. Not even close. So I just ran my first opto and got 65% Quentin Grimes. No thanks, I'm going to lower that. Do you guys have a favorite low on play tonight? Because I think mine would be DeMar DeRozan. I think DeRozan would be my guy today. Keegan is 8.4% owned. DeMar 6.2. Tyler Hero? I don't think Tyler Hero is going to be low owned. Let me see. Well, he's way lower owned than I thought. 4.3%. I already liked Hero, but damn, I didn't think he'd be that low owned. You might play Lonzo over Trey. You can't even like compare those two, brother. Like totally different price ranges and like yeah. That's just two different worlds. I mean, Steele said, you know, he likes Hero. I looked up the ownership and I was just flattered. I just ran my next opto and I got him at 38%. So I'm happy to be on that train. Strother good value? I wouldn't want Strother today, Chudy. Any point guard who plays... Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. He has gotten a little better, but his defense is still really bad. Agbaji is listed out. The Blazers are going to start Simons, Kamara, Denny, Grant, and Robert Williams. So, I agree, Chubbs. I think Curry is also setting. Harden, Dennis, Grimes, Jaime, Jalen, Scott, Jalen. Yeah, looks great, Chubbs. We're like on the same wavelength. We always are. Like a lot of my builds are going to be similar to that today. Hero over Trey. Again, like their price is so different, I can't really compare them. But if I was picking between the two, I know how you like to build low on lineups. Hero's gonna have significantly less ownership. And I do think Hero has a good upside today. Yeah, I mean, I like Giannis today. I'm just not getting Giannis the way I'm building. Like, I'm looking now. I don't think I got a single... No. 150 lineups. I can get a single share of Giannis. 65% James Harden, though. I don't mind Barrett, but I would much prefer Scotty Barnes. I really like Scotty today. Levine is 12.5% owned. I mean, I thought OKC was going to win by 35 yesterday, too. And that damn sure didn't happen. That's the main reason I faded SGA yesterday, is I thought there's no way. There's no way that Utah can keep up. And they sure as hell did. You should be all over Time Lord today at that price. Robert Williams, you should be all over him today at his price. Norm lower on than I don't know, dude. Levine 12.5, Norm 10.6. Like Barrett over Barnes. I prefer Barnes today. No, I'm not playing Jabari Walker today, Potent. There is way too much value better than Jabari to get to Jabari in my opinion today. Yeah, I think you gotta have Wiggins today. Wiggins is just in too good of a spot. Excuse me, sorry guys. Couldn't mute in time. I was trying to put in a lineup. I apologize. Who's gonna be our next takedown? Flexa 120k, I 120k. Who is next? Don in the chat took down what 3 or 4 days ago? It wasn't 20k, but he took down. Who's gonna be our next one though? Syndicate Sports is where it is at. Yes, I love DeAndre Hunter today, Chubbs. Yeah, especially if, like I think, Curry sets. Thank you, Shannon. H, you can't think like that, brother. You know you can't think like that. Let's say you guys win 20k tonight. What's the first thing you're buying? What's the first thing you're buying? I think I would buy the Tennessee Titans because that's probably all it would take to get my poverty franchise. Would I play Wiggins and Hield in the same lineup? Yeah, I have a lineup like that, but like I've stated, if Buddy is not starting, I'm not playing Buddy. I will pivot off. But yes, I would. If Buddy's starting and yeah, I'm fine with it if Buddy's starting. 8, I'll tell you, if you sent me $500, you won 20k. You sent me $500. You know what the first thing I do with that 500 is? I would get you a subscription. I would get you a subscription so you could check ownerships. Premium? Hey, I'd love to have all you guys in premium. And we are, we did get approved for Dub Club, guys. We're still setting it up. So, gonna be a very nice promo in there soon. Very nice promo. You're buying their jersey. I still need to get a Ricky Council jersey, man. I still need to. I wish I could remember what day it was. I think it was December 13th. How do I... I'm on FanDuel. I'm trying to see if I can find that lineup. God, I play so much It's going to be impossible to find it. Just in December, they have 163 pages of my entries. I think I can look it up on Twitter. I know I posted it on here. Look at that. There's another one of our members, UFC, first place. That was, I went back too far. Did I not post it on Twitter? There's another one of our members, 20K. I could have swore I promoted it when I done it, and every time I promote a post, it like disappears. I don't know why that happens. If I promote a post on X, it will just disappear. Reeves and Braun's ownership changed. Braun's 5.5 and Reeves is 2.4. Robert Williams will be pretty owned. He's 4.5% right now, but I expect that to go way up. I agree, Power. I agree. I also do not think he plays today. Hey, good luck in your tournament, Kyle. Got about 13 minutes to lock, guys. If you got any questions about the slate, hit me with them. I'm a free resource here for you. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We do these shows every single day. And join our Discord. It's linked in the chat down below in the description. Love to have you in there. Helps tremendously too. Man, I'm getting a lot of Dyson Daniels. I don't know how I feel about it. Yo, what's up, Conflict? How's your lineup looking tonight, Conflict? Monk or DeRozan, Util on DK? I honestly love them both. I don't think you could go wrong with either one. If you just wanted straight projection, though, let's see, where are they? There they are. It would be Monk, but I think they're both really great plays. Slight lean to Monk, but I love them both. Trey. What about you, 8? You still in here, buddy? How's your lineup looking, pal? I want to see your lineup tonight. I know it's going to be wacky. My man. That's a brother out there, man. I ain't never got to question if he's in here. Never got to question it. Nine minutes to lock. I think I just finished building. Don't know how confident I am in it, but pretty sure I just finished building. Alright. Alright. Let me upload this, and I will take a look. kind of wish I was playing more on DK today. I'm only playing one lineup on DK. Wish I was playing more, but when you play like well over 300 lineups on FanDuel, it's just so hard to play on two sites. It really is. Let me take a look at that now. We are very similar, Conflict. I think we only have one player difference. We are very similar. $3,900 guard on DK. Well, yeah, Bruce Brown for me. And I told you guys I really like Bruce Brown as a tournament play today on both sites, but particularly on DK. Only pulling 4% ownership. He has a really high upside for 3,900. Now he is volatile. Don't get me wrong, he is a bit volatile, but it would be Brown for me if you're trying to take down Chudy. How do I say your name? Is it Chudy or Chody? I don't want to offend you thinking I'm calling you a chode or something, because I'm not. I think that's how you say it. I don't know if it's Chudy or Chody. Then I just feel stupid trying to say it, because I can't read good. Scotty Barnes, Malik Monk, Oliver Prosper. I don't know which. Oh, Robert Williams, Quillware, Joker, Wiggins. Absolutely, throw Bruce Brown into that, Chudy. Okay, throw Bruce Brown into that last $3,900 spot. I really like that, Chudy. I really, really like that. Good stars and scrubs build there, in my opinion. It blows my mind that Oliver Prosper is pulling more ownership than Robert Williams right now. Which I got Oliver Prosper in my DK lineup too. But the fact that he's pulling more ownership than Time Lord, just mind blowing to me. I firmly believe that Bruce Brown is going to be traded, and they are trying to kind of like showcase him a little bit. Chud or Chubb? Now I'm just confused. Dude, I love a Kongu's name, and I know that sounds weird, but like those African names that just they sound so cool to say. My name's German, and nobody says it the right way. My last name, at least. Like a Kongu, you can look at it and you know how to pronounce it, but it still sounds awesome. I didn't realize I'd done that every Slate 8. Anybody in here from the deep south that got snow that doesn't normally get snow? I live in Alabama, but I live in North Alabama. We didn't get any snow this time. It's got really freaking cold in the teens. Which I know if you live in Minnesota, Wisconsin, whatever, that's not cold to you, but it is to me. I hate cold weather. I'm a summer guy. Oh, Virginia. My brother went to his AIT in Virginia. Used to be called Fort Lee. I don't know what it's called anymore. I think he's playable in a 150 max conflict, but I wouldn't play him in a single entry. Down in North Georgia? Okay. I'm not far from you then, Father. Your aunt got snow in Pensacola? Yeah. Yeah, they got plenty down there. Shannon, I read a report today from Dan Orlovsky. I said I read it. I watched it on TikTok. He was saying the Jaguars should trade Trevor Lawrence to the Titans for the first overall pick. I'm like, that will never happen. The Titans don't want that, and neither do the Jaguars. It just aggravated me. I'm like, what the? Yo, there's Elite. What's going on, buddy? Hope you're doing well. Missed you, pal. Make sure you guys like the video, hit the subscribe button. We do these shows every single day. They're usually more entertaining than this, though. Would I want Trevor Lawrence? No. No, I wouldn't. I think he is a good quarterback, but I don't think he'll ever be a great quarterback. Chubbs, I truly don't care about that. I think that you only need one player in your lineup to be truly different to take down. I don't play the ownership game most of the time. I just try to build the highest scoring lineup regardless of ownership, and I know if I do that within the monetary constraints, I will win. Yeah, that Mr. Orlovsky. Yup, Shannon. So, you know he knows what he's talking about, right? Would I rather have Trevor Lawrence or Cam Ward? I'll tell you what I would rather have. I would rather have the Titans trade back and sign a bridge quarterback to lose us games this year and continue the rebuild. That's what I want. Power, the whole nation is rooting for the Bills. I love Josh Allen. He's my favorite quarterback to watch. I truly hope they do. I truly hope they smack them. Where by a mile, Justin? It's not even close. Where was a core play for me? Also, just so you FanDuel guys know, where was my most owned center? 65% owned where. 1 minute to like, guys. 1 minute. I think I'll have a QB to have y'all. yeah, you damn right we do. I want a veteran guy, though. That way, someone that can mentor the younger players on offense. Not necessarily quarterbacks, but, you know. But I don't want, like, Sam Darnold or Aaron Rodgers. Just give me a guy, like, I don't know. I know he's not on the market, but, like, a guy like Geno Smith. Guy with experience that can just mentor the younger guys. But we're locked, guys. I'm going to get out of here. I'm always available in the Discord if you have any questions. Link down below in the description. You can @ me in there at any time, and I am happy to help you. But I'm going to go play Marvel Rivals because that's my favorite game right now. So if any of you guys play that, hit me up. But I'm going to hop out of here. If you need me, I'm in there. I appreciate you guys. I love each and every one of you, and I hope to see you take down. I want to see you guys make some money. Thank you for tuning in, Father. I greatly appreciate you, buddy.